Hi, everybody. My name is Maggie Donnellan. I am a flex teacher right now at Crosstown High, and I'm here to help get everybody's schedules ready for next year. I also have Mr. Ryan Dixon and Miss Sasha Haynes, our professional school counselor, here with me as some backup of how to do all this. Miss Sasha is going to be talking about Tennessee state requirements for high school graduation and what Crosstown High requires specifically per grade level. Mr. Dixon's going to be talking a little bit more in depth about that and about our capstone and project-based learning at Crosstown. And then I'm going to show everybody how to select your courses for next year. So first up is Miss Sasha Haynes. Miss Sasha, you're muted.
As always, right? That's how it always started. Okay. So thank you so much, Miss Maggie, for that wonderful introduction. And we are just going to go straight into it. As Miss Maggie said, we are here. And the first most important thing that most families want to understand is what are our requirements for graduation for Tennessee. So the first thing you're looking at here, if you look at my screen here, this is just the basic Tennessee Department of Education website. It'll come out in your communication as well. It just goes down in order, talking about what each secondary scholar needs in order to graduate their fourth year or even early graduation when they get ready to walk across the stage with the required MET courses. If you look here, the total credits for all Tennessee state residents will be 22 credits. The first 4 will be in math. You will either take Algebra 1, 2, Geometry, and the 4th higher level math course. Students must be enrolled in a mathematics course each year. There's no way of getting around that. Also, not only this option, but Crosstown will have another option, which includes integrated math. But once we get to that, Mr. Dixon will explain that in more detail, okay? Your next 4 credits that's mandatory or required is your English courses. You will have that English 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's no way around English. That is your end all be all, okay? These courses you want to pass all the time. This is a class that will fail you. If you fail English in any year, that will not allow you to be promoted. So these 4 credits in English is very important. The next one, you have science. You need 3 total credits to go into this 22 total. You will have your biology, your chemistry or physics, and your third lab science, which will most likely be an environmental science. Some students come in with a physical science and things like that, but it's these 3 that makes up that 22. Okay, the next one, you have social studies. Your social studies credits consist of 3 out of those 22. You will have including U.S. history and geography, world history and geography, U.S. government and civics, okay, and economics, all right? Those 3 credits is very important to those 22. U.S. government and civics is a half a credit course, and so is economics. However, if you end up ever taking AP, and we'll get into that in more detail later, that is a whole year course, okay? All right, next, your physical education and wellness. It is very important as well. A lot of students get this confused and think that wellness is PE, physical education, and physical education is wellness. They are 2 separate courses with 2 different credits that you earn. Wellness, lifetime wellness is worth 1 whole credit towards this 22, and your physical education is worth half a credit, which is half a year, okay? The next one is your personal finance. A lot of students and parents get this confused to be associated with a social studies course. It is not. It is of an entity of its own. It's a half a credit towards that 22 credits that's required. Or as you can see, you can also substitute that. Some students come in with JROTC and may be substituted for 1/2 unit of personal finance if the JROTC instructor attends the personal finance training, okay? So that's very important. If we have that program, if you are affiliated with JROTC and you have those credits, you most definitely can substitute that. Other than that, personal finance is the half a credit that's required. The next one included to this 22 credits is your foreign language. Foreign language is very important. You have to have 2 whole credits, and it doesn't have to go in consecutively order. However, you have to take the same foreign language. For example, if you take Spanish 1, you start off with, you have to take Spanish 2. If you take Russian 1, you have to take Russian 2. You cannot take Spanish 1 and Russian 1. It has to be the same foreign language, and you have to have 2 years of that. Okay, the next credit included in this 22 is a fine arts. A lot of students may take a visual art course. They may take a graphic media or any type of fine arts that contribute to that is welcome and appreciated. You can take a music appreciation, you can take an art appreciation, whichever falls under that, that will fulfill your 1 credit towards fine arts. The last 3 are your elective focus. A lot of students and parents get hung up and say, will we meet that? You most definitely will exceed that, okay? A lot of times you will have that most definitely met here because you have capstone that you will have, and it's a humanity course. You have it all 3-4 years that you attend high school. And again, Mr. Dixon will talk more about that once he gets to you, okay? In more detail. The classes, when you roll over, when you come in 9th grade, you will have English 1, you will have your social studies, which is econ and US government. You will have a math, which will be the math 1, integrated math, or the algebra 2, whichever you test in, and Mr. Dixon touched on that again. And then you have a choice of your science, your environmental science or AP environmental science, or then you have your 2 elective focuses that you can choose, and then you also have that capstone 1. But other than that, that will make up your 22 credits after your 4 years here, and you should be able to graduate. Other than that, that is all for me. And Mr. Dixon is coming up after me, and he'll go into more details about the courses that you have required. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sasha. And as she said, I'm going to give you a little bit more detail about what those required courses look like at the 9th grade year and why we have them set up in that particular way. So I'm sharing my screen, and I will just kind of reiterate what Ms. Sasha said about your 9th grade courses. First of all, we have your English 1 class, which you're taking for social studies. As she said, you're going to do a semester of econ, a semester of US government. For math, that will be integrated math 1 or a higher level math. If you took algebra 1 already in middle school or another high school equivalent math, you'll have the opportunity to take a placement test to figure out where the best fit is for you. There'll be more about that in the forms that you'll be filling out as you're making your selection process. For science, you will be either doing environmental science or AP environmental science, and you'll have to select that course as well. There's also an elective that you'll be taking, as Ms. Sasha said, that will require graduation, or that will work towards graduation requirements, an elective of choice, and then capstone. Now, the reason why we have this really locked in set of required courses has a lot to do with how we approach project-based learning at Crosstown High. As you come into 9th grade, you're going to be experiencing, a lot of you, project-based learning for the first time. And there's a lot we could say about what project-based learning is. To keep it really simple, I'll just say that project-based learning is a way of approaching education that allows you to connect the things you're learning in the classroom really authentically with the realities of the world outside the classroom. So a hands-on way to learn so that you grow as a person and you grow in your knowledge of subjects as they're connected with the real world. And one of the things that's really important for us at Crosstown is for those learning experiences to be interdisciplinary, which means that all of your courses can kind of blend together in order to understand more complex things about the world around you. So for that reason, next year in your experience with your classes and with project-based learning, that will happen through what we call a capstone period, a capstone course. And what capstone is it is a period in the school day devoted to the development of one interdisciplinary project. So all of the things you're learning in all of those courses across your 9th grade year will kind of come together in this period of the day. Each grade, including the 9th grade, has developed a driving question. So a really essential, important, big question, which you'll answer through the capstone project in that period. So this is a dedicated space for all of you in the 9th grade to come together, to collaborate with each other, to meet community partners and to work with them, to participate in some interdisciplinary learning experiences, and to build out project checkpoints. So because you're all taking the same courses, you're going to be able to really come together in that capstone period to make connections across those courses. All of your teachers are working together to plan a project together. And so all that will start to feel really integrated in that capstone course. All of your classes are going to be teaching material in such a way that supports that project that's happening in capstone period. And as you go, you'll be able to make some choices about what you're really interested in. Maybe you're just really excited about some things you're learning in government, or maybe you're really excited about some of the things that you're exploring in environmental science. You'll have the opportunity to specialize as you go in order to choose a project strand that allows you to meet your individual interests. And just to close that up, one of the reasons why we're doing interdisciplinary projects is because you're going to have a lot more time devoted to developing really quality final products at the end of your projects that you're really proud of. Also, everything in real life is connected. So life is interdisciplinary. We don't divide up into these separate subjects in the jobs that we work or in our experiences outside of high school. Life is really interconnected. And so we're going to mirror that in our classes. There's also greater opportunities for you to learn a lot more deeply about the things you're interested in and have more interesting conversations and activities and connections with people in the community. And then finally, there's a lot of space built in for you to make choices based on your interests, but also to get that extra support from your teachers if you need help. And so that's what we are doing with your project-based learning experience next year. And that should give a little bit of an understanding of how your classes are connected with those project experiences. And that is all from me. I will turn it over to Miss Maggie.
Alrighty, y'all. So now the how-to. I'm going to share my screen, make sure that I have all the correct stuff up. So I have created this handy dandy guide that will be attached to this video of how to select courses for next year. It has mine and Miss Sasha's emails right up top. So if you have questions, you're welcome to email us. And also at the very bottom, a time or a Calendly link to set up a time to talk to me in person, because one of us is going to be able to answer every single one of your questions. I feel like I can answer many of them, but Miss Sasha is our counselor. So, harder questions are definitely going to be sent to her. But again, you are welcome to reach out to us any time that you want, and we will respond to you just as quickly as we can. So the very first thing that you are going to do is get everything together. This one may not apply to you. So if you've taken any classes in middle school that are a high school credit, then this is definitely going to apply to you. So you're going to try to find you're going to talk to your middle school counselor and find that transcript with any of your high school credits on there. Once you find that, this is where everybody comes in. You're going to open up your XTH graduation planner. In this, we have created this document for you that has all of your required credits and courses to graduate from not just Crosstown, but the state. So it has all of your English classes. Sometimes these are going to be AP if that's the track that you choose to go on. Your integrated math, science, social studies, all of these required lifetime wellness, PE, foreign language, and fine arts credits, and then your electives and elective focus area. This is what we are going to have everybody fill out as they complete course selections. Every single kid is going to have one of these that Miss Sasha and I have access to, and we are the ones who we are the final say on these grad planners, but every single Crosstown High student is going to have one of these grad planners. Once you get that open, you are also going to open up your course requirements document. We've already talked about this a couple times, but again, here is the state of Tennessee high school graduation requirements right up top. You can also visit the state website with this link, and that's what Miss Sasha was showing us earlier. And then right here, you have your 9th grade required courses. So English 1, Econ, Integrated Math or Algebra 2, if you can test out of Integrated 1 Math, Environmental Science, and then one of your electives must fulfill a credit toward graduation. So one of those core classes, including Fine Arts, Foreign Language, Lifetime Wellness. You get a choice of a second elective, and then you will be in Capstone 1. Going on from there, you can also look at our elective course catalog with this link here. This has every single elective that we offer here at Crosstown, and also linked is our advanced placement and dual enrollment links, which don't really apply to you guys yet. Well, dual enrollment doesn't, but AP, if you would like to take AP Environmental Science instead of Environmental Science Honors, you can look up that here. And then all of our electives. So again, here are the ones that will fulfill a fine arts credit right up top: visual art 1, this dual enrollment pop ensemble class, graphic media design 1, design of photography, and so on and so forth. And then these are the ones that you get to choose more from. So CTE, again, these these count as a different kind of credit underneath your electives right here on your elective focus area. So that's what that is. It would be CTE if it's underneath the CTE space. So go ahead and write down any courses that look interesting to you at that point. Again, all 9th grade Yetis must take at least one graduation requirement during that elective place. So that'll be a fine arts credit, PE, lifetime wellness, or Spanish 1. Once you are done with that, you can click here for your course request form right here. It looks like this. Sorry, excuse all of my many open tabs. All of these links, again, are linked right up here at the very top. But you will fill in your first name, last name, email, parent and guardian information. Again, here are the 9th grade required classes for next year. And then you can go through and select each and every single one of your classes this way. You will either be in integrated math 1, or if you've already taken algebra 1 or any other high school level math class, then you're going to take a placement test to get into your next class. That is linked. I'll go back to that in a second. Science, again, you get the choice between environmental science honors and AP environmental science. And then these first elective choices are going to be the required to graduate options. So you're going to put in a couple of options there because we put in course selections based on grade level. We want to get our seniors done and taken care of so that we know they can graduate. So we've given you a couple options. You will most likely get your first choice, but it's not a guarantee. And so that's why we have you put in your second choice and third choice. But these first 3 are the ones that are required to graduate. So you can choose one of them. It'll be Spanish, wellness, art, or PE. Give me just 1 second. So then for your next electives, you will go in and choose just whatever you would like, basically. Anything that looks interesting to you. Again, you get a couple of choices. It's a pretty intuitive form. But again, if you see any issues with it or have any questions, please reach out to me or Miss Sasha. And you have a general questions block right down here at the very end. Okay, so I have this special note about math right at the very bottom, and I want to make sure that everybody hears this and knows what's going on. If you have taken any high school math courses, that includes Algebra 1, Algebra 2, or Geometry in middle school, you are going to take a placement test. Here's the link to sign up for the placement test right here. And that will place you into what math class you need to be in. If you have not taken any of those, then you will be in integrated math with the rest of your freshman peers. And yeah, this test is about 15 to 20 questions and lasts about an hour. And that's our math teachers who are going to look at those and make sure that you are in the correct math class for where you need to be. And yeah, I think that may be all that I have. Is that all that you guys have as well? Awesome. So please ask us questions. We know this is a lot of information. Email us anytime you want. We may not respond if it's like 2:00 in the morning, but we'll respond just as quickly as we can. again, we know this is a lot to throw on everybody. So we expect you to ask questions of us and to schedule those times to meet with us over Zoom. Yeah, and that's all we got. So everybody have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.